Now broadcasting.
Entering team select screen. The Los Angeles Rams home team are selected. Ready?
It's week 14 of the National Football League. All eyes are on Cooper Kupp, always staying busy. He's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Rams and the Raiders under the lights on Thursday night.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight we start week 14 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Rams. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our home side in this one, they're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
Two teams trying to still claim their postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Fielding just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as these guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. That is the Raiders take over on offense. We get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there? Yeah. 2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Selected. Play type, error category, formation, error, I-form. Declose, across. Cross-cutting.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still first down.
Entering play call, close. There are 3 categories. You have 9 options. WR goal is selected. Slot. Formation, there are 8. Play type, there are RPO, run, pass. Quick pass, Y stick.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Right to the air is Carr.
R1 button.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now after this sack, it's way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game.
Entering play clock. Y stick, standard pass, shotgun pass, convex post, inside draw, spot, drag, Y out, Z spot, drive, drag wheel mesh, slot out.
So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Man open is Keelan Cole complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis.
Entering play call, shotgun pass, there are 6, play type, run, pitch, there are 7, cat, out, in, QB run, inside hand, AHD, inside zone split.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. There was no answer for him defensively. Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns to boot.
And that was a fun film to watch because a few of those runs, it was apparent he was just not going to be denied. And his team is hoping that carries over to this week as well.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Barkley. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Play RPO, run, pass, quick standard pass, shotgun, play action pass, coverts, a post white cross.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time to have a powerful arm. It's the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. When you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Player, formation, play type, run, pass, play action, converts, a post white cross.
What now?
They'll go for it. It's Carr.
R1 button.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and this defense holds on the night's opening drive. And here comes Matthew Stafford leading the Rams offense out there, just as he did last season when he captured his first and the Rams' second Super Bowl title.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Stafford on first down. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. The numbers for him from a week ago: 12 carries, 52 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And 3rd and 8 now. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Fourth down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal. And Gay knocks this one through. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks who tell us ended with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Entering franchise screen. Call timeout is resume. Quick game options. Coaching. Pop-up menu. You have 3. Medical center is selected. Entering. Player name K. Miller. Position LT. Injury type ankle. Injury length TBD. Injury length 1 week. Injury type dislocated hip. Position LG. Player name J. Simpson. Player name K. Fackrell. Entering franchise screen. Enter PHP blunt dive. Play type RPO. Run. Pass. Quick pass. Y stick. Stick. Double slant.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Cross button. Triangle button.
To throw, it's Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to face a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Y stick. Goal line fade. Stick. Goal line slants.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Back deep, Brandon Powell. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So the Rams...
Entering franchise. Call timeout is challenge play stats. Coaching. Pop-up medical center is selected. Entering in player name K. Miller. Player name A. James. Position C. Injury type muscle cramps. Injury length 1 quarter. Injury length 2 quarters. Injury type ankle sprain. Injury type dislocated hip. Injury length 1 week. Injury length. In position. Player name K. Fackrell. Player name V. Butler Jr. Entering franchise.
Field their second drive of the game. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again, but I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots, and here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
Categories.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Stafford. His throw incomplete.
Entering play call.
Got an open man that time, and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Stafford. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Defense.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Stafford, open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders 16. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Categories.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Going right back to Akers. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
There are 6 categories.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Stafford now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
4th down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal. Gay's kick is good, and that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board. So
a couple of field goals now. 6-0 our score as the kicks are away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Now Carr, a quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On play action, it's Carr. Going up top. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 34 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver, and as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Stafford. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Steps away. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders will take over here at their own 12-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. To throw his car. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
I think he had to hold that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throwing his car on 3rd down. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a first down. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A gain of 22.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Stafford. And he's got it. That's Cup for a Ram touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And this is up, it's through, and extends their first quarter lead to 13-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
Special teams, you have 6 options. Return left is selected.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
R2 button.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down.
Option is set to personnel, there are 8 categories. Play type, there are 8 run. Inside, AHD blood dive.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Entering play call, outside handoff, inside handoff, play RPO, run, pass. Personnel, there are 8 play type, there are inside handoff, there's RPO, run, pass. Quick pass, twice to.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Triangle button.
Here's Carr to throw.
R1 button. R1 button.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
That's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 6 categories.
following the fumble recovery. Stafford. That'll be caught by Cup. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
There are 6 categories.
Nothing is the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense trying to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Stafford. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Harris. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. On the give, this is Akers. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Calling no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Allen Robinson, a 5-yard touchdown, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories. Entering auto flip on pop-up. The I will handle flipping your defense. Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's Allen Robinson who caps things off with a touchdown.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return
following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me at a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Carr now on 1st down. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on second down. Carr. He finds him again. Saquon Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Entering play call, shot, play, run, pass, play action, covered, the post white cross.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Carr gets this to Waller on the crossing route. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Entering play call, play type, run, counter, count, pick, outside handoff, inside, AHB blunt, dive, AHB dive, AHB win.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. Big A-Sean Robinson has made a career of this. Another tackle for loss.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Entering play call, AHB block, empty and AHB block, play type, RPO, special, pass. Root pass, error 6 cat, standard, shotgun, play action, covers. The post white cross.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Cross button.
Play action. Now it's Carr.
Button.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
R1 button.
Rolling to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning.
Suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. Field goal 52 yards is selected. Entering franchise screen, you have 9 options. Resume is selected. Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories.
So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. Want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. L.A. readies for its next possession. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of the defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Stafford on first down. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
That's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
The Rams on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Jordan Berry out to punt on 4th down. Fielded at about the 28. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raiders heading out to take over. Last time I remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Of course, he was solid last week. AFC Offensive Player of the Week award. 2 touchdowns in that game. Yeah, he's playing at a level right now where he's just breaking down defenses. Makes me remember when I was playing and my defensive back coach told me, listen, if you give up a touchdown pass, that's on me. I didn't coach you well enough. If you give up the second one, that's on you. And if there's a third one, I'm getting someone else in the game. Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think? And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. They fake the handoff. Now Carr out to his left. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
There are 6 categories.
On first down, Stafford here. He's got Higbee complete right side. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford, he shifts past him, and he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Stafford. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taken right around the 44. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
Entering play call, play type. There are 8 categories. There are 6 subcategories. Option set to play action pass 62 plays. You have 4 options. Pass is selected. Run. Pass. Play action pass. There are 6 categories. You have 62
Good starting
options.
field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On play action, it's Carr.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
False start. Awesome.
The offense knew that they were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Play RPO, run, pass. Quick pass. There are 6 categories. You have 30. Standard, shotgun pass, unbackseat, inside, spot, drag, Y option wheel, drag.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15.
Cross button.
Here's Carr.
R1 button. Triangle button. Triangle button. Triangle button.
Open man, that's Renfro. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Entering play call, shotgun Mexico, standard pass. Play type, special. RPO, run. Outside hand, in, QB run. Inside, AHB blunt dive.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Barkley, inside handoff to about the 26 here.
Entering play call.
That's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Triangle button.
Carr.
Triangle button. Circle button.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. It's a no-one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
Covers. Passes are full up. Pumping vertical. Covers. Pumping vertical.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now a play fake. Carr.
R1 button. Square button.
And able to complete it to Moreau. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw. And nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Formation, right category. Play type, right, run. Counter, there's outside handoff, inside handoff, inside zones, AHB dive, AHB win.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is really fooling around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Double slant. Slants.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Carr. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Entering play call, Y-stick, play run, pass, extend, shotgun pass, convex post, inside cross.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
Triangle button.
From the gun, it's Carr.
R1 button.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open, he just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
Player, there are 8. Unplanned, there are 8 categories. Throw a key pistol. Player, there are 8. Formation, there are 8. Play type, there are 8. Personnel, there are special, RPO, run, pass, shot, play action, screen pass, play action, converts, opposed white cross.
Facing this big first half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it.
They'll go for it. It's Carr.
R1 button. R1 button.
On the move to his left.
Triangle button.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Raiders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Boy, what a job there. 4th down that far away from the end zone just to get it in, get that done.
An unlikely result, but it occurred nonetheless. What a terrific play. Great way to finish and in the end zone.
And the defense has to be scratching their heads, right?
That's usually to their advantage. In that situation, they should be able to make a play on the ball, but instead it turned out to be a touchdown, and they've got to go figure it out on their sideline.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception.
You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go again here with Akers. And he's got room. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 56 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Now Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
So it looks like they started some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Second and 10 now from the 27. Now a run with Akers. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
The offense on third down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Stafford. Escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Max Crosby drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Fourth down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 53. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. Okay, so the personal foul penalty. And those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
Categories.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Back to throw, Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Categories.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Stafford. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
62 plays, you have 4 options. Play action, coverts, a post white cross, Kabu LT, ka fork shot, ka end around, ka fork shot.
Now after the INT, it's Carr.
Circle button.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
Entering play, Havertz, a post wide cross.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On play action, now Carr steps away toward the sideline, and look at that catch, dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. That catch, by the way, kind of noteworthy. It's number 764 in his career, ties him with Hall of Famer James Lofton.
And he's done it just as James Lofton did in his career. Smooth.
Entering play call, play run, pass, play action, Havertz, a post wide cross, close puck cross, wide cross flood, Havertz slide, CTR rattle, punt go, RT, punt go.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Carr.
Triangle button.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
R1 button.
Rolling to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Entering play call, play action, play type, error, run, pass. Play action, shotgun pass, standard pass, quick pass, Y stick, double slant, slants.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Triangle
Carr
button.
now to throw.
Triangle button.
And he's going to
Triangle
be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Play call, quick pass, Y stick. Play type, error, run, pass. Quick pass, error, standard pass, shotgun pass. Play action pass, Havertz. A post Y cross.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Carr gets this to Waller on the crossing route. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Entering play call, Havertz. A post Y cross.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Play action. Now it's Carr.
Cross button.
Out to the left. That's where the tight end Moreau is. Only a yard of the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far, even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Double slant. Slants.
3rd and goal. This LA Rams defense will try to bow up once more.
Triangle button.
Throwing now is
Circle
Carr.
button.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception.
Left is selected.
Four seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running down, they go down to a knee.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you two in just a moment. First, we just want to give everybody a look ahead to what's in store for us this weekend as we enter the final month of this NFL season. Good matchups all up and down the schedule there. We'll highlight the one in Cincinnati. A big test coming up for the Bengals as they'll match up against the Cleveland Browns. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Miami Dolphins. And then finally, we finish off Week 14 in the desert. It's the Patriots and Cardinals from Glendale. On now to a check on the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, there were 3 talking points at the half, partner. All of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, But I think they told him, guys, if he wants to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
On first down, Stafford here. Over the middle, complete. That's Robinson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Stafford.
He'll dump this off to Akers.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play.
Entering
but no
play
such
call,
luck.
coach
The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play. A dime look defensively for the Raiders on 3rd down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. Stafford. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Stafford looks to throw again. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47.
Here's Akers. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 73 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards, the final tally. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
There are 6 categories.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. on the ground. It's Akers. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Here's Stafford. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Fourth down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal.
And Gay knocks this one through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And that flag accepted.
Automatic first down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty.
They'll run this with him.
Puts it on the carpet. It's out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
They'll run here with Akers.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Better ball security, but not much else to show for it.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play.
15 options. Cover 1 robber is selected.
Gay's kick is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. But looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. And all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though. 3 points for the opening drive in the 3rd quarter.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Carr on the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
On play action, it's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be fourth down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Entering play call, kick punt FD flat, punt plan, there are 8 player, there are 8 category, formation, there are 8 play type, run, pass, run, counter, kick, outside handoff, inside hand, AHD blunt dive.
What now?
Cross button.
They'll run with Barkley. Dances by him, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Entering play call, AHD blunt dive.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll run it again with Barkley. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I have to think a major focus in the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Carr. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum. Big play, right in his hands. Unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense, that that fell harmlessly to the ground.
A fork shot.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now a play fake. Carr. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Leonard Floyd in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And we're going to look at Cooper Kupp as the Rams offense gets ready to take over possession.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now a first down throw. Stafford.
He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield.
Entering play call.
On a gain of a yard. And that will bring up second down.
Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
To throw again on second down. Stafford. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's got him in, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Again, it's Stafford.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Now a throw in the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now Stafford. Touchdown, Rams! Cooper Kupp with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year as his guys are able to as that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talked about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or took them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the one. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the two-point attempt is turned aside.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw taken in by Adams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Shotgun now for Carr. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. They find the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
Now, Carr again. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On first down, Carr. Renfro bringing it in over the middle.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Entering play call, shotgun, in spot.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Into the red zone. It's Carr. Back to Renfro again. Complete.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On 2nd and inches. Carr. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Touchdown! Saquon Barkley from 4 yards out.
And the Raiders have cut it back within a score.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. Bad attempt is selected.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it's capped off by a receiving touchdown from Saquon Barkley.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it.
Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. He's been almost impossible to bottle up. You see that number 10 on your screen, a big reason why they have the lead.
One of the guys is being featured in this game and making sure that he's targeted because they do trust him with the ball. That's why they go back to him time and time again.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. Back to throw. Stafford. That'll be caught by Kupp. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
They'll give this to Akers running right.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. Man open is Robinson. And out across midfield down to the 45.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on REA
Entering
Sports.
play call, coach
It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the
categories.
football as well as we get set for the fourth quarter. On first down, it's Stafford. And his throw here is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A give up the middle to Akers. And he's going to be met at about the 43. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also in the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
It's complete to Robinson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Plan, there are 8 player, there are 8 category. Formation, there are 8 category. Play type, there run, pass, shotgun pass, comeback zip, inside, spot.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Now after the INT, it's Carr.
Triangle button.
And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Pick off left is selected.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team. Far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
There are 7 categories. Outside, inside hand, AHD blunt dive.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep them cranking high right here.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
There are 7 categories. Play high, RPO, run, pass. Quick, standard, shotgun pass. Play, shotgun, cut, in, spot.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing his car on 3rd down.
R1 button.
And he'll just toss it away.
Entering play call.
So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to get the lead up to 4. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The football going back to the Rams now. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10. Right at the 30. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he's going to have a Rams first down as they get this up to about the 42.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
to run the sweep here. This is Cup. And he stopped immediately there.
Entering play call.
There to make the tackle, Jonathan Abram.
6 categories.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
2nd and 10.
Now it's Stafford. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner. We watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Middle of the field, it's Robinson.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6
They could try for some
categories.
safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Out to his left. And his throw's going to be
Entering
incomplete.
play call.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Now Stafford. This is caught by Robinson. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectations.
Entering play call.
That he has,
Coach
and I'm not really
suggestions. There are
surprised at
6
all because when you look at
categories.
this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to have the Rams 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
It's a gain of 4 that time, and the Rams are going to get a 1st down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
I look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10.
handoff up the middle. Akers. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple. Down to the 15-yard line.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Second down and 8. Going right back to Akers. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 180 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got it. That's Cup for a Ram touchdown. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Rams have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
Entering play call, special teams, you have 6 options, return left is selected.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Raiders offense coming back out onto the field. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
Shotgun pass, gun back inside, spot.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. To Barkley on the check down. Finding space at the 40. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
Spot.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Carr going to throw.
Square button.
The open man here, Renfro. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 37-yard line.
Entering play call, shotgun, play type, run. Pitch, there are 7 categories, outside, inside, QB run, inside, AHB blunt dive.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. A handoff to Barkley. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
And that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first down.
Gun back inside, spot.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Card out of throw. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Entering play call. Convex inside spot.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Carr.
R1 button. Cross button.
Oh no, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. There he goes, right side. The 40, the 30, 10, 5, and they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, LA. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Gay is on for the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded right at the goal line. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
AHD stretch alerts. Unplanned. Coach suggestions. Error. Unplanned. Error. Player. Formate. Play type. Run. Pass. Special. Pass. Shot. Standard pass. Quick pass. Hail Mary. Goal post.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 right at the 30.
Triangle
They'll
button.
come out throwing here to start the drive.
Square button. Triangle button. Triangle button.
He'll look downfield for Waller.
Triangle button.
And that, nearly picked off. It would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route going deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Entering play. Convex inside spot.
Sean McVay unhappy on the sidelines visibly. He's made the decision to reach for the red flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Entering play call. Shotgun pass. Barrier 6.
After
Inside.
review of the play, the ruling on the field stays.
So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout. Carr now on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Brings up second and a yard at the 44-yard line.
From the 44, Carr. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Now you could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Shotgun. Play action pass. Converts. The post Y cross.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Play action. Now it's Carr.
R1 button.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime someone tells me they're fighting about a really winning game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
Play action pass. Shotgun pass. In spot.
Now Carr, gotta have this one.
R1 button.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders trying on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Stafford. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the 50, it's Stafford. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way and worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the give, this is Akers. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, They want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Here's Stafford. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Chandler Jones in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here's Jordan Berry now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. So Carr and the Raiders now down by 10, just over 2 minutes to go. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Pass complete, it's Adams. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Carr.
Triangle button.
He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Entering play call, play action pass, shotgun pass, convex, inside, spot. Circle button.
Carr to throw.
R1 button.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion. So I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Entering play call. Convex post. Inside.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
Throwing his car.
Cross-cutting. Triangle button.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
That means there's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Carr to throw for on 4th down. Connecting with Renfro. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Entering play call. YSA, slot out, slants, punch trail. R1 button. Square button.
It's caught here by Adams. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout, as it comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest.
Entering play call. Drive flood. Verticals. Puck reserves. Verticals.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Square button.
Now Carr.
Square button. R1 button.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game. Even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
R1 button. R1 button.
Under pressure, they got him again. Aaron Donald make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Formation. I form. Single. Specialty. Hail Mary. Play high. There are. RPO. Run. Pass. Shotgun pass. Play at. Shotgun. Spot.
So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Delay of game. Off.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still 3rd down.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw for both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for L.A., it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll try again next week at home against New England.